Hello, everybody, or anybody who watches my YouTube channel. This is Jack Madrox, and I just wanted to make a video talking about why I haven't been posting any gameplay videos from my PS4 as of late, and it's basically I sold my PS4, and here's why. There's a variety of reasons why I sold it, but the biggest reason being that I just felt absolutely bored with it. Like, it just wasn't making me happy, and all I really ever did on it was, mess around on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. I never really used it for gaming that much, I mean, yeah, the WWE 2K16 career was fun for a while, but then that just got old and boring. I moved on, I played Dead Island and the ports for the two Dead Rising games, and then there's just a long period there where it's just like, wow, there's like nothing to play, man, and it's just like no games coming out this year or the year before it really struck my interest, like, at all. I don't, I mean, I literally cannot think of any game that I was really going to be into, that was coming out. Like, what was it, last year that Fallout 4 came out? Yeah, well, that was, all I keep hearing from people is that it was a disappointment. It was a disappointment, um, and then something about all these game, what do you call it, DLCs or expansion packs or whatever, to actually play the whole game or whatever. It's like, what? It's like, to play the whole game, well, shit, you go to the store, you buy it, and you bring it home and you got the game. But apparently, no, that's not how it works now. And then, and it certainly doesn't help that every other game is Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed or whatever, and having that garbage shoved down your throat constantly. And then, you meet people on PSN and they want you to play Call of Duty with them, and you're just like, well, I don't play Call of Duty games, and everyone just kind of gives you this weird look like, what? You don't play Call of Duty? It's like, no, I don't. You can check my trophy list, my games that I've played. There are no Call of Duty games on it. I've never played Call of Duty. I never even played it back when it was on PS2, And the closest thing, no, I think my kitty wants to say hello here. There, are you happy now? Look, say hi. He's trying so hard to get up on this table. There. I hope that satisfies your curiosity. Anyways, what the hell was I saying? Um, fuck, what was I saying? See what you done? You threw me off track. You threw me off track. Right, Call of Duty, right. Yeah, the closest thing that I ever played to Call of Duty was Medal of Honor. I believe that was Frontline, which was a real big hit on the PS2, and it was great. Great game. And then there was another one called Rising Sun, I believe. That was okay. But as for those wartime first-person shooter games, it just it really wasn't it really wasn't my thing, you know. So yeah, and I don't, and I don't. It's just not my thing, and but it's kind of hard. I noticed to find a game that I was really into for this generation of gaming. You know, this whole generation of gaming sucks. It really does. I mean, I cannot even begin to tell you how many times when I was playing the Dead Rising 2 port for the PS4, how many times that son of a bitch crashed on me. I mean, it was buggy. I think even during one of my playthrough videos that I did for Dead Rising 2, I actually got stuck in the wall. And I had to close out completely because I couldn't get Chuck out of the wall. I mean, it's just, that game, and they release these lazy ports, and it's really sad too because it was such an awesome game, like back on the PS3, and I just had a blast with it. But it just, it was still the same game on the PS4, but the fact that it kept crashing all the time, it was just a huge, huge, uh, joy, like a killjoy, It kind of sucks some of that fun away from the game, because it's like, oh, geez, every time I kill like 3,000 zombies or something with the slice sickle in the Fortune Park, the game, if I don't go save it immediately after killing about 3,000 zombies, the whole game's going to freaking crash on me. And sometimes not even that. You just go into a separate part of the mall or the casinos or whatever, it's still crashing on you. And then you didn't save and you got to go all the way back and, do everything you just did. It's like, wow, dude. I mean, you'd think like in this generation, with all this technology we have, you would think that we would have our heads out of our asses by now and we're ready for these kind of things and just knew how to, make sure those things don't exist anymore. Which also brings me to Dead Rising 1, the original. It was nice to finally see this come to PlayStation 4. I have very little complaints about the port to PS4 for that. It's pretty much the same as it always was, like it was back on the Xbox 360. It was great. Just one thing though, when you're doing that 7-day survivor thing, that with no time limit or whatever. Oh man, avoid the food court around the 3rd day. Hell, and avoid it on the 4th day too, because every time you go into it or leave it, the whole thing freezes up on you. And if it's oh boy, that's probably one of the most time-consuming modes in a video game that I can recall, like ever. It's very time consuming, and just to have your game mess up like that and to just crash is just like, ugh. Because there's no saving in that mode, in that survival mode, whatever. There's no saving. It's a constant, you have to play the game for like how many hours straight just to get to the 7th day, and believe it's a lot of hours. It's like 14 or 15 hours, something like that, and you can't shut your console off or anything. So I was, and that did happen to me on the PS4. That little glitch or bug or whatever you want to call it, it's still there. So, and I was just like, wow, I mean, you can read about it all over the internet, dating back to 2006 when the game first came out for Xbox 360. People saying that the food court will freeze up during the third or fourth day, and when they ported this game over just this year to PS4, they didn't bother to fix it, like at all. They didn't bother to fix that at all, and so yeah, it just feels very lazy, you know. So yeah. So anyways, uh, basically, I'm just kind of unhappy with this generation of gaming, pretty much, and it just sucks, it's not bringing anything new to the table, and all it's doing is just really milking these super popular, franchises like Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed or freaking, whatever else, and they're just they're just churning out these games like, just like here, there, sequel, 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 and the complaint I hear a lot about is that there's very minimal changes made to any of these games. So basically, when you buy the new sequel to a Call of Duty game, there'll be very little difference from the previous game you just had, for that series. So, you know, and I guess the same could be said for WWE games. You know, same could be said for those games. That's why, I always waited 3 years to buy a new WWE game. Like I played WWE 13 for the longest time, and then I finally got WWE 2K16. You know, and if this generation of gaming would pull its head out of its ass, and make some good games, I would be around in this generation of gaming to see WWE 2K19. But it ain't gonna happen, because I've sold my PS4, and I've chatted with a few people online about it, and a lot of them call you dumbass for doing it or whatever. But the way I see it, I went out and I'm looking for something a little bit more casual, so I went and bought a PlayStation 2. Pretty cheap price. Pretty good. I'm going to rebuild my whole PlayStation 2 game library again, and that's what I want to do, because I want to play games that are fun and, actually finished and not loaded with bugs and glitches and shit like that, So, whether or not, I upload videos again, like for games, I don't know. I know I really don't have that many subscribers anyway, so it ain't like it really means anything. I just upload videos for the hell of it, and if somebody likes it or watches it, then that's great, I didn't expect much out of it anyway, but, I know that there's a way to capture PS2 gameplay with that Elgato game capture. I might try that, and maybe I'll just do that with every PS2 game I got, It might be a fun little project, But if I don't do that, then I don't know what'll become of my channel. Maybe I'll do little videos like this or something. So, yeah, so I just thought I would let any viewers that I have know what's going on with that. And no, there isn't going to be any more WWE 2K16 career. Ow. Okay, get up here. 2K16 career mode. There's not going to be any more Dead Rising or anything like that. If anything, there could be more videos like this one. I don't know. Maybe I'll start talking about wrestling or something, but there's so many channels out there right now that do that already. what could I possibly say that they don't, you know? But then again, there's also a lot of videos out there that, well, there's a lot of channels out there that make a lot of gaming videos too. So, you know, why should I even do that when there's so many that do that? But I don't know. It's just fun. You know, I just do it for fun until I get bored of it, I guess. So, all right. So I'm starting to ramble on. So, yep. So, I'll see you guys later.